Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the JUTC service in Jamaica. Now, it turns out that people have to be waiting sometimes up to 2 hours to get a bus. 2 hours. The Minister of Transport recently was telling the nation that sometimes children have to wake up so early, like school starts at 8, they have to get up from, I think he said 3, 4 o'clock, to just so that they can get a bus to go to school. And when school finish 3, 4 o'clock, they're not reaching home till 10 o'clock waiting on a bus. No, this cannot work. So I've heard many times on the radio that people have to be waiting up to 2 hours on a bus sometimes. And then the minister came out recently and told us, the country, what is going on. Now, JUTC needs between 300 and 400 buses to roll out a day to move people around easily and quickly and efficiently in Kingston, Portmore and Spanish Town. Between 350 and 400 buses a day. And you'll never believe how many buses are on the road every day now. I was shocked when I heard 150. 150. That is why it is taking so long for people to get a bus. Now, JUTC, as far as I can remember, it's not the only bus service. So what happens, like, look on the right, you're going to see another bus coming up that they call the coaster. Those aren't government buses. JUTC is operated by the government. I don't know, but we have no train service in Jamaica. We don't even have a domestic airline service. People move around on the roads. I mean, we don't even have a bus service. Well, you have private bus services that run throughout the island. But within Kingston, we have no train service. So if you're going to move around Kingston, you have to do it via the roads, whether you drive a car, whether it's a bus or a taxi. So this is very surprising and very disturbing. Now the government has a plan to get up to 300 buses up and running by September, which is when the school term opens back. But you have to ask the question, and I know this minister just became Minister of Transport, and he did say that buses are old, and yes, the government is in the process of getting new buses, but the new buses are coming too late. It should never have reached the point where, okay, this is not a bus service. I'm not sure how it works. I mean, why can't they just put more of those buses out? I mean, even if JUTC had 400 buses rolling out every day, why can't you have the other bus service with 400 additional buses? So it's 800, and try and let them run on some sort of schedule. Guys, I'm not familiar with the other bus service, the one outside the JUTC. I know there was some big court case one time. I don't know if the government had taken away a franchise. I'm not sure. So if anybody knows, you can leave a comment in the section below. But if the JUTC does not have the buses, why don't they use private persons like this bus here now? The JUTC is the yellow buses, and they're the big expensive buses that come from Belgium. Most of them, I should say, not all. And if you don't have the JUTC buses, then give more licenses to persons to operate on the route. So I'm asking if anybody knows why they just issue more license for the route so that you have more private buses on the road. That's a question that I would love an answer to. Alright, so the government announced also that they are buying more buses. They have an electric bus. The pilot program is up and running. But when that electric bus went out, nobody indicated that JUTC was this short of buses. I mean, I am surprised. 150 buses. It's so wrong. Why did it have to get to this state? Now they're going to spend, I think it was $310 million to get the buses up and running for September. So I don't think it should have gotten to this point. They should have spent that money a long time ago and or issue more licenses for other persons to operate buses. I'm very surprised. And I guess you could say over half the population of Jamaica lives between Kingston, Portmore, and Spanish Town. We need a train service. We need a train service to run even between Kingston, Portmore, and Spanish Town, so that people, I mean, the train can move so many more people at one time than a bus. They have a program where the train goes from Spanish Town to Old Harbour and some other stops that they have for the school children. The lines are open, they're there, the stations are there. School is closed. Open them up for the regular passengers to use the trains. The trains are up and running. Students use them every day. Why don't they use them for passengers? The lines are work, the stations work, the diesel locomotives work. Why don't they just use them even for the summer? And then when school opens back up, they transport the children again, because that's a very important project and it needs to be expanded. I'm just throwing that out there, but definitely we need to fix this bus system. Alright guys, let us know what you think about people having to wait 2 hours on public transportation. Alright guys, we are on Washington Boulevard today, and for those who want to know where the video is, where we're driving, this is Washington Boulevard and we're heading towards Mandela Highway. We're actually driving out of the city of Kingston. On the left is Corville Gardens, on the right is Doheny Park. Alright guys, have a good day. Enjoy the rest of the video.